Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. I would like to mention that this video is sponsored by MEXC celebrating the 7 years with massive bonuses. You can find the link in the description below. So starting on the daily chart, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. In this wave 5, you have of course a triple 1, 2s. You finished only 3, 4, 5 in the top, 4 and a 5. And you're still looking for a big wave 4 and a 5 still in the yellow, of course, for a bullish scenario where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. You hit the 0.5 fib level for taken of course from the wave 2 to the wave 3, and of course without hitting the invalidation of the bullish scenario here. The only problem here that I have is of course the time. Now the time is not a rule, it is a guideline. However, a wave 4 normally should not surpass really the 3 times of your wave 2. In this case, we have passed almost the 4th time of this wave 2, and we see of course right now a potential impulse toward the upside, which it can be of course a 10 to 15% bullish scenario unfolding of course as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Now in this case scenario, if you get a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5, of course you have two options. You have a finished 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Your wave 5 is triple 1, 2s, and this is a very extended wave 5. But also it can be written as 3 waves down and then 3 waves up in W, X and a Y, where you have an X between double zigzags. And this will be, of course, taken as 3 waves toward the upside after 3 waves down. So there is a potential, even with this bull run, of course, that one more leg that it might unfold, it can transform it as well into a big W, X, and a Y, of course, with double zigzag. And with an X as a bridge, and then moving down, of course, we're talking about a big bearish scenario as an A, B, and a C, that it might happen, of course, between the 20 and the 30Ks. Now, of course, it doesn't mean that this scenario has to unfold if we get, of course, one more leg toward the upside. But, of course, it opens the scenario for it. It can be simply considered as well as a wave 1 and then 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as well. So let's see the bearish scenario or the short-term bear market that we have right now with a finished bull run at the top here, where we have finished 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. The difference here is that you have double 1, 2s rather than triple 1, 2s by having W, X and Y. Your wave Y is a triangle or a flat here, and of course giving you the option that only double 1, 2 has unfolded here for this impulse toward the upside. Finish bull run, wave 1, and then you're moving towards the downside with a wave A, B, and a C. Of course, we are looking after a 3-wave corrective after, of course, this 5 waves up. We are looking for the wave A currently, and wave B after it, and wave C, of course, to hit after the 0.38 time, of course, taken from this wave 1 as a bull run. And of course, it should be at least the 17 November, of course, as a date to bottom for Bitcoin. 17 November means like the whole year we might be in this bear market. Of course, this is a minimum requirement. The perfection of the time would be on May 2026. So basically, right now, there is several options for this bear market. The question mark is, did we finish wave A at this low? Did we finish it at this low? Or we're still expecting a new low for a wave A? Meaning your wave A, major wave A, can be of course 3 waves down, or it can be 3 waves down finished here, or it can be W, X, Y, X, and a Z finished here. And that means of course your wave B is unfolding whether from here A, B, C, of course, toward the upside, 3 waves down, again one more impulse to finish a wave B, or you have finished wave A and you start a new fresh wave B, which it can be a very volatile zigzag toward the upside, taking the all-time high, and of course as an expanding flat, having 3 waves down, 3 waves up, having a wave C toward the downside. But imagine that we take, of course, the all-time high in a bear market. So that is incredibly insane if it happens, of course. So we have to keep it in mind. If we start, of course, a wave B from here, it can be a zigzag, it can be a flat as well, and it can be a triangle, or it can be W, X, and a Y, of course, as triple structures that are connected in between, of course, with an X. So that is also very possible. Now, the possibility that even that we are still moving down is, of course, an A, B, and a C unfinished. You're still looking to finish a wave A as a major wave A for this bear market. And that means, of course, after 3 waves down, you're looking for a wave B finished here, and you're looking for kind of an ending diagonal. Now, the ending diagonal might not reach, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level taken from the A to the B, but still possibly to finish, of course, at the 0.618. So these are the possibility right now. If we see it a little bit closer on the 1-hour chart for some micros here, what do we have? So I'm looking right now for this scenario. So this scenario where you have a bottom potentially for a wave A here. Yeah. What if we bottom for a wave A here, and we're looking right now for an impulse, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, finished wave A potentially, or you finish a wave 1. It can be a wave 1 finished here, by the way, since you have a finished impulse for wave 5. However, your wave 1 should be here, by the way. Your wave 5 is not finished yet. What I mean with this is that you finished only a wave A in 3 waves actually here, because this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 impulse after an A, a B, and a C, of course. We're looking for a wave B after it. Of course, this wave B might has to unfold as an expanding flat, as an A, B, and a C towards the downside, hitting the 1.58. 1.618 also between the blue box 0.38 fib level. That would be perfect in confluence, of course, with this target. A second scenario is, of course, that you are looking at a wave 4. So we are looking as well at, rather than a wave A, you're looking at a wave 1, and you finished a wave 2 here rather than a wave B. You're looking at an impulse, which is your wave 3. Currently, you are looking after a wave 4. This wave 4, of course, it can be as well the expanding flat. The same expanding flat, same scenario, and then moving toward the upside for a wave 5 as explained, and then move for a wave 1, of course. Now, as you can see that this can be, of course, possible, and based on the time of the wave 2, you would like to see, of course, a little bit longer wave 4. And here we go, it is a long wave 4. So it is time, of course, to unfold a wave 5 in case it is moving for higher, but yeah, we still need to take the low. Yeah, so that means, of course, it reduces a little bit in perspective of time. It reduces a little bit the impulse possibility. It gives higher possibility for a wave B. However, both case scenarios might unfold a wave C toward the upside after hitting, of course, those levels, because A, B, and a C would see, of course, higher prices, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 will see also higher prices. Yep, so these are the scenarios right now for this area, and of course that is different scenarios based on what we explained on the daily, guys. Of course that you might have the most important, the bearish one. Of course, let me explain the bearish. So what if you have finished your wave A here, yeah, and then you're looking for a finished wave B as well, and currently you're looking after a wave C. Your wave C, of course, it can be the following: 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You would like to see an impulse continuation toward the downside, of course, to finish a wave 3 in a diagonal. And that means, of course, you want to see this transforming to a 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Well, even this is a very, very strong one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave, corrective wave for a B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is what I would like to see, of course, but I would like to see continuation towards the downside, meaning you would like to see, of course, a broken trend here. If you are looking for this as a wave 2, yeah, and you would like to hit, of course, as a wave 4, you would like to hit, of course, the 0.23, and we did already, right? Exactly at the 0.23. You would like to invalidate all of this, of course, by taking this high here. Taking this high, which is directly lower than the 0.38, invalidation of bullish. Okay, so basically this give us much more confidence that we are moving toward the downside once you take, of course, this price. Now over the 0.38, you're still looking, of course, for a wave 4, and you might still get, of course, a retracement toward the upside. Yep, so that was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.